Hey guys, this is Pastor Matt with NorthWoods Church, and we wanted to do a quick video for you on all things related to podcasts. We want to talk to you about how you can find our NorthWoods Church podcasts, how you can listen to them, and then how you can do some things that are important to our ministry, like subscribing to a podcast or reviewing a podcast. We don't want to take for granted that everybody in the congregation knows how to do these things, and so we wanted to show you how to do these things because our podcasts are really a crucial part of what we're doing in ministry right now. It allows our pastors to be able to share with you about things that are going on that are important to the church, to talk about important theological matters or cultural matters when we really don't have time to do that in a worship service. And so this is our way of communicating with you guys. As you guys might know, our podcast, our group of podcasts is expanding right now. We last year we started one podcast called NorthWoods Church Matters, which talks about things that are important to us here at our local church. Then we spun off two different podcasts. One is called From This Day Forward, which is a marriage and family podcast. And then Pursue God, which is a women's ministry podcast. And then we've got another one that's coming out in the near future called NorthWoods Stories, which is going to be testimonies from people here at NorthWoods Church. And so we want to make sure that you can connect with these things. So what I'm going to do first with this video is show you on how to, on a personal computer or laptop, access our podcast, and then we'll go to the phone and then show you from a phone perspective how to do those things. Now, keep in mind, I'm using a Mac today because, frankly, Macs are awesome. If you've got a personal computer, you should be able to do all the things that I'm showing you right now. It'll just be a little bit different because you're on a different platform. Now, I'm going to show you 4 different ways on a personal computer or a Mac to find the NorthWoods Church podcast. Now, the easiest way to do it, and the first way I want to show you, is to go to www.northwoodschurch.org, which is our website. Now, there's 2 ways to access it on the church website, and the easiest way to access it is, it says, for right now, it says, check out the Church Matters podcast. You click on that link, listen now, and boom, there you go. There's a player with all of the different NorthWoods Church Matters podcasts right here. This page is in the process of being revamped so that all of the podcasts you will find on this page, and eventually it'll just say, check out our NorthWoods podcasts. So that's one link on the website. You can also, under the tab where it says Get Connected, you can go down and there's a link for podcast ministry, and it'll take you to the same page. So there's 2 links that go to the same place on our church website. And as I mentioned, the easiest thing to do is we've got this button here at the top of the website for a reason, so you can easily get to this location. So easiest way to listen to our podcast is northwoodschurch.org. Now, another easy way, if you're on a Mac. Now, if you're not on a Mac, this is not applicable to you. Just recently, what has traditionally been known as iTunes on the Mac has been divvied up into several things. And, I actually like this because in the good old days, which weren't so great, you would purchase music, videos, movies, podcasts, all on the same platform. And I am showing my age when I say purchase because most of those things are streaming now. And now that is split up into different apps. And so what used to be the iTunes app is now the music app. And then on your Mac, you should have a icon that looks like this. Is a little purple icon with a microphone in the center, and it's got a broadcast around it. And it's the Podcasts app. So you open that up. And when I open mine up, I've already subscribed to a certain number of podcasts. And because I've subscribed to those podcasts, the most recent episodes of those show up here on my personal computer. And yes, I do subscribe to the Office Ladies podcast because The Office is the most awesome sitcom of all time, period. But anyway, so if you haven't subscribed to our podcast yet, so what you'll do is go in the search bar, type in NorthWoods Church, and you see it actually comes up as a hit. So you click on NorthWoods Church Matters, And then shows, it'll come up. It looks like this. Northwoods Church Matters from Northwoods Church. Top episodes come up below it. What you really want to do is go to where it says show and click on show. So it's showing right here that I've already subscribed to this. But if you haven't subscribed, how you'll do that, so you see the 3 dots that are right here. You click on those, and there should be a button here that says subscribe. And you hit that, and when you hit subscribe, you'll start getting notifications that new episodes are coming out with Northwoods Church Matters. So make sure that you subscribe. Another thing that's really helpful to us, I've already entered a review here, but you can actually review the show. And so if you want to write a review, you can click on that, and you should be able to write a review for us as well. So you'll find Northwoods Church Matters there, and if you want to find any of the other ones that are on there, for right now, as I'm speaking, the other one that's available on that has come out with an episode right now is from Christ in the Church. It actually started playing. Sorry about that. From this day forward. So you click on that, and the internet will, boom, there we go. First one that comes up. From this day forward, the icon looks like this. It says from this day forward from Northwoods Church. Awesome. And again, I've already subscribed, but if you want to subscribe, you click on that and you hit the subscribe button. And then there's a way to review it here as well. Pretty cool, right? That's pretty easy if you're on a Mac. So what if you're not on a Mac? So there's 2 other ways that you can get to it on your personal computer. An easy one is Spotify. If you don't have a Spotify account, you'll need to go on the web to spotify.com, set up a profile, set up an account. It's free. So it's easy to set up, easy to start a thing. They will ask you if you want a premium subscription. You don't have to get that in order to listen to podcasts. It just means you may have to listen to an ad every once in a while. Now, if you're on a Mac, I know that you actually have to go to their application and download their application to your computer and install that. And after that's installed, you go up to Spotify, and then I've logged in, and so my personal information is right there. To find our podcast, you go to search. Let's just look up Northwoods Church Matters. Actually, I just saw this. If you look up Northwoods Church, there you go. So if you go to Northwoods Church and just type in that, both of our podcasts are actually coming up. So you can let's just click on Northwoods Church Matters. For this application, it's not called subscribing, it's called following. But the inference is the same, that if you follow the podcasts, and all the episodes will come up in your playlist, and you'll be able to see them pretty easy. So again, there's 3 dots here where it says more, and this is where you'll find your button to either follow or unfollow. Another neat thing that you can do on Spotify that you can't do on some other things is you can copy the show link, or you can embed the tongue-tied there for a second. You can copy the embed code. What this means is it's a way for you to, if you wanted to share a podcast or our whole series on Facebook or some other social media, you're able to do that. So the important thing, though, is make sure to follow our podcast. And with each of our podcasts, you'll have to go to them individually and make sure that you're following our podcast. Pretty cool, right? All right, so Spotify is another easy way to get this done. All right, last way to share with you how to listen to, how to find our podcasts is Audible. Now, if you have an Amazon account, you have now free access to Audible. Audible, it works in different ways on different devices. If you're on a PC or laptop like we're on now, there's not a separate app for that. At least I don't think there's a separate app for that. I'll check on that and potentially get back to you. But definitely you can go to the audible.com website, which is, as it says here, Audible, an Amazon company, a part of Amazon. So again, if you have an Amazon account, you have Audible, whether you know it or not. Congratulations. So you do the same thing in the search bar here to find us. Let's go to NorthWoods Church. Boom. Okay. Now, here's the issue with this right now. So this is actually a really new thing which has been developed. And so we don't have the Northwoods Church Matters podcast on here, but we do have From This Day Forward. We will get that on here, the Northwoods Church Matters, in a day or two. And you'll find that on here in Audible as well. But you click on From This Day Forward, and then you'll have some options over here. One is just to play all of them from the start. You can go down below and you can play through different episodes. There's a button here to follow, and it says I'm already following. You can give a rating as well, and it says under here on more options, this is the clearest one. View all episodes or write a review. Please write us a positive review if you can. And let's just talk about reviewing and why that's important. This is a gospel opportunity for the church to share Christ and to share the gospel message with people that may not hear it, and to share how the gospel intersects with real life and different issues that people are going through. And the way that more people can find our podcast is by you either subscribing or leaving a review. So the more people that are listening to our podcast and are subscribing and reviewing, the more easily it is found for ministry of the church. So those are really 4 easy ways to find the church podcast on a personal computer. First is go to the church website. Second way is to use Apple Podcasts. Third way, go to Spotify. And then fourth way, Audible, which is an Amazon company. Now I'm going to switch over to my phone and talk about how you can find our Northwoods podcasts on your phone. All right, guys, now I've got my phone, and I want to show you how you can listen to or find the Northwoods Church Matters podcast on your phone. Again, I'm using an iPhone. I'm using an Apple device, but lots of the ways I'm going to show you here, you can still find it on another form of smartphone. So the easiest way to, again, this is the same as on PC, the easiest way to really find the Northwoods Church Matters podcast is you get on your internet browser, type in northwoodschurch.org, and then click on the Listen Now button, and boom, you go to the player, which has all of our episodes for Northwoods Church Matters. And the other way that you can find it, again, there's a link under Get Connected, Podcast Ministry, and it takes you to the same place. Pretty easy. All right, so the first way you can do it is you can go to our website. Second way to find it, again, you can go to Apple Podcasts. Some people with iPhones have told me, well, I don't have that on my phone. You may have deleted the app or didn't know what it's for and removed it from your phone. What you need to do is just go to the App Store and then re-download that to your device. And again, I've subscribed to all the Northwoods Church podcasts, so immediately for me, the podcast come up already. But if you don't have that on your phone, type in North, not Nothetic, North, I have fat fingers, sorry, Northwoods Church, and eventually anything related to Northwoods Church comes up. Believe it or not, there are a couple different Northwoods churches around the world and throughout the U.S. We are not the only one, but you can see Northwoods Church Matters, and From This Day Forward, they come up. There you go, Northwoods Church Matters from Northwoods Church. I've already subscribed. Again, you hit the 3 little dots, and those will give you some options for what you can do with the app. Again, and if you push on the subscribe or the rating, you should be able to eventually get to the ratings as well. And same thing from this day forward. Hit the 3 buttons and subscribe. I've already reviewed these, and so it won't let me go to that. All right, so Apple Podcasts. It's on the App Store on your iPhone. It's just going to say Podcasts. It's not going to say Apple Podcasts. It's just going to say Podcasts. But look for the purple icon with a microphone in the middle, and that's the symbol for the correct thing you're looking for. Second way to find us is on Spotify. Again, you'll need to set up an account on your computer in order to use this, but this is a way for you to, regardless of whether you're on a Apple device or some other device, you can listen to our podcasts. You can go to the search button, look up NorthWoods. Yeah, and so the first 2 things that come up are from this day forward, NorthWoods Church Matters. Let's go to NorthWoods Church Matters. Yep, don't care about that. And it'll show all of our episodes. And again, at the top, look for the 3 buttons, and it should give you an option to follow and to share. And again, final way is Audible. Now, if you have an iPhone or some other device, there is an app for Audible on your device. You download that, open it up, and then you search. Let's search for from this day forward. Now, what's tricky about this is Audible was originally developed for audiobooks, and it has expanded into podcasts. So when you enter from this day forward, not only will you find the NorthWoods podcasts, you'll also find some romance novels called From This Day Forward, which NorthWoods Church does not endorse. And so click on the one with the correct icon by NorthWoods Church Podcasts, and you can listen, you can follow, and then you can give us a review there as well. All right, guys, that's pretty simple. If you've got any questions at all about our podcasts and how to find them, how to listen to them, please let me know. Reach out to me at matt, at northwoodschurch.org. And for crying out loud, the most important thing that you can do for us is to subscribe and then review the podcasts when you have the opportunity to do them on whatever platform you're listening. That is huge for us. Please give us 5 stars if you want to be truthful. Give us less. But we appreciate a review, and we love you guys, and hope that you enjoy and are spiritually gratified by listening to our podcasts. See ya.